Good day everybody. Once again we bring you another show from the Conspiracy Chicks. This week we bring you a number of hot and happening topics along with some ATS member contribution. Ashley lets you know her thoughts on our hot aliens and UFO topic, and I speak to some of the members who were affected by the New Zealand earthquake along with a bunch of other topics. So hang in there with Ashley and I and enjoy the show.
After just passing the 9th anniversary of the September 11th attacks on United States soil, we're left wondering if the debate will ever be resolved concerning the possibility that a controlled demolition brought down the towers in New York City. One group engaged in the debate takes such a stance. They consist of over 1,200 architects and engineer professionals who have signed a petition stating they believe the towers collapsed due to explosives. They are joined by over 9,000 others who have signed the petition as well. Along with the petition, an upcoming press conference will include a presentation of evidence that was not included in the official investigation and reports. For example, forensic reports and eyewitness testimony. A mock debate will then follow. An unusual aspect to the story is the amount of press coverage this event is receiving from the mainstream media, and this hasn't escaped the attention of ATS members. One such example lies in the ATS topic concerning the MSM's coverage of the event, currently standing at over 250 flags. Additional sources discussing the story are offered by ATS member True American, who points out his surprise at the MSM coverage. Mainly that if and when 9/11 topics that contradict the official story are covered, they're more often than not met with ridicule. But such is not the case this time. Whatever the end result of this event may be, it appears as if the debate will rage on for quite some time. On one hand, we have those who accept the official explanation and feel the demolition conspiracy theorists are ludicrous. They maintain such claims are far-fetched and unproven, and even possibly a distraction to keep 9/11 truth seekers off the trail. On the other hand, we have conspiracy theorists who not only believe the towers were brought down with explosives, but that they have the evidence to back it up. Will this debate finally be put to rest after 9 years, or will we be waiting just a little bit longer? Check out the link below for more information to this hotly contested topic.
A devastating earthquake hit New Zealand, causing many injuries and leaving people in the surrounding areas with homes and businesses damaged. The quake struck in the early hours of the morning, causing fear and panic. We on AboveTopSecret.com were given a real feel for what was occurring as it was occurring, as many of our members were right there in the epicenter, and they shared with us step by step as the quake was happening. I want to bring into the studio 2 members who lived through this quake and let them tell you their story. First I have with me the member Grant Breed and Civil Defence Volunteer Expert 11. So Grant, I'm going to start with you. Can you tell me what it was like when the quake happened?
Well, I just remember waking up at around 4:30 in the morning with noises coming from the house. My initial thought was we were being burgled. It just sounded like people running up the hallway, and I remember opening my eyes and just froze on the bed, and that was like 4 or 5 seconds. I managed to get out of bed, and then a couple of seconds later the whole house just started swaying from side to side violently. I was knocked to my feet, knocked down to my knees on the ground. I managed to wake up my partner, and we ran through to our daughter's bedroom. We sort of hid in the corner of the bedroom, and by this time the quake was just full on. It was, you couldn't stand, you know, it was just such a huge noise as well. Very, very powerful thing, very noisy, and very, very frightening as well. So.
Absolutely terrifying. Did you have any pre-warnings prior to the quake?
The only thing that was a little bit strange was we have a cat, and you know, it's that old cliche where people say that animals can sense things before they happen. Our cat was acting quite strange the night before, really quiet. That was the only thing that we noticed. We've heard other people saying that the day before they were in their garden and there was loads of earthworms coming up to the top of the soil, which I've never heard before. I mean, I've posted in a lot of threads on ATS before about earthquakes, and you hear things about sulfur smells and even like lights in the sky, but there was really nothing apart from our cat was a little bit strange, bit quiet. Yeah, but that was one of the reasons it was so shocking. There was no pre-warning.
So what after effects have you been experiencing?
Yeah, I mean, apart from the aftershocks, I'd say people are quite scared, quite nervous of the fact there may be another one. Some people reckon there's a bigger quake in store for New Zealand, or some more big aftershocks, so it's always on people's minds. People are really tired as well, not sleeping too good. I guess that's the only thing. After a huge quake, you find yourself thinking about it quite a lot. Not to mention we were very lucky with the amount of damage on our house. Some people I know, their houses are wrecked. A big part of their lives ruined. So I'm sure those people will affect them a lot more for a lot longer than me. We were very fortunate.
Do you have any thoughts that you would like to add?
Yeah, I mean, I would just like to say, for anyone who lives in a country that experiences earthquakes, it's definitely a priority for everyone to have some sort of emergency kit, and not just an emergency kit, but actually have a good plan. So, if an earthquake happens, you really need to think quickly, because it's very easy just to freeze and to not do anything. So, if you do live somewhere that has earthquakes, just get a simple plan drawn up of how to get to safety. And yeah, but I would just sort of say it's just such a huge force of nature. It's the biggest thing I've ever experienced, and hopefully it'll be the last time.
Great advice. So Expert 11, I'm going to come to you now. Can you explain the effects this quake has had and how people have reacted to it?
Well, of course it depends on the area you live in, but where I am, it basically knocked out services. So it's your power, your running water, your sewage, and it's damaged roads, and we've had liquidification. Shortly after the earthquake, areas near me were ankle deep in water and it hadn't rained. People have reacted well. In what's been my experience, I haven't witnessed anyone complaining. People just seem to be getting on with life as much as they can. And obviously some people haven't been able to stay in their homes because of damage. And for the most part, as far as I know, they've found alternate places to stay.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the fighting spirit that comes out in such a situation. So in times like this, politicians and such seem to pop up everywhere in affected areas. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Oh yes, my local MP has come down to what we term our local sector post, and for the benefit of our international listeners, that's sort of a localised civil defence headquarters. Civil defence, the management tends to be sort of paid, but at the more local level it's volunteers. And we also had the Leader of the Opposition, Phil Goff. He swung by yesterday or the day before for a quick visit as well. So it's been nice to see some faces actually. And I should point out that the Prime Minister, John Key, he has visited other parts of Christchurch, just not where I am.
Outstanding. Well, thank you both for taking the time to be here with me on the show. I'm glad you're both safe, and our thoughts are with you all who have been affected. Thank you guys for sharing your personal thoughts with us, and thanks to those who contributed their personal photos for this show. Stay safe, everybody. We're all thinking of you.
Has Earth been the only inhabitable planet in our solar system, or has there been another? ATS member and moderator Sky Floating brings us an intriguing topic concerning the possibility of life on ancient Mars. Included in his research are the top 5 scientific reasons why Mars could or has sustained intelligent life. One of the most important reasons is the existence of water, which was confirmed on Mars as of 2008. But that's now. What about ancient Mars? Apparently, water was very plentiful at one time according to NASA data. This includes flowing rivers and expansive lakes. Another top 5 example is the existence of methane gas, but even more importantly, what is creating that methane gas? In 2009, it was discovered being produced in various regions on Mars, which causes one to ask, is this being biologically produced from living organisms? All of the above coincides with evidence that Mars once had a viable atmosphere as well as a hydrological cycle. Much more scientific evidence supporting livable conditions on ancient Mars can be found in the topic on ATS, but let's take a quick look at some anecdotal evidence, such as the existence of equidistant objects found on Mars. You'll notice an image included in the topic shows ancient artificial structures due to the improbability of them being naturally occurring objects. Finally, various descriptions given to Mars by ancient cultures included such terms like warfare and fire. We're left speculating if our earthly ancestors had some sort of now forgotten information concerning Mars's eventual demise. Was it warfare or some sort of nuclear-like event that left the planet barren? You can read all about it in the link below in the Aliens and UFO forum, currently at over 120 flags.
A translucent tube, a president, and aliens. The president is from a place called Kalmyk, which is a member of the Russian Federation. The long-standing leader of Kalmyk has come forward and asked Russia to create a ufology center to help find out what happened to him. The president has made many claims that he had met with the aliens and refuses to be hushed up. He has made very interesting comments to the media, such as saying other countries have these centers that investigate and contact the alien race, though he did not state where. He tells of a visit that he had from the aliens in 1977 and the fact that he had communicated and seen them with his own eyes. He did not witness this alone, but with 3 other people, his driver, a minister and his assistant. He claims the aliens landed on his balcony via a translucent tube and wore yellow suits. A thread on abovetopsecret.com came up on this very subject, so I'm going to take a look at what the members have been saying. One thing that is very clear is this man is very intelligent and pretty good credentials he has, adding a bit more weight to his claims. The ATS member, Franz Speak Free, digs up some interesting information, suggesting that the government elites of Russia used him for his mind and then discarded him away when he wasn't needed anymore. I would have imagined that Russia would already have some form of UFO investigative center. So is this guy being kept out, and why? We also learn that he has now resigned, but it states that he did not want to go another term, but we have to wonder if he's been put under pressure. This story is worth watching. There's an element of realness to his claims, which bears keeping an eye on. It's not often that someone in power speaks out about the UFO contact, someone who already has wealth behind them. So taking out the money element and the exposure, I feel he has nothing really to gain, which in turn makes me listen a little bit more to what he is saying. The general feel on ATS is it could be a diamond in the rough, and many look forward to seeing what this guy may do next. Let's hope he does not get silenced. Heck, if he's listening, we invite you to abovetopsecret.com.
In a twist that transforms science fiction into science fact, new technology is capable of reading minds. It works by charting brain activity and associating that activity with certain words. Then once those words enter into a person's thoughts, the location and type of brain activity will interpret that data and translate it to complete the mind-reading process. An incredible advancement from previous technological attempts to read the human mind.
Obama's birth certificate document allegedly obtained in Kenya, sent out to every member of Congress, is a burning topic on ATS this week. Lucas Daniel Smith allegedly sent out a document. So what does this mean? Is Mr. Obama not as transparent as he leads us to believe? Is he hiding something deeper? Is this really new, and should we even care? Or just some movement out there to smear the name of the president? What about Hillary? Surely if she knew, she would have outed him in the beginning. Or would this have opened a whole new can of worms that we're just not privy to? You be the judge, take a look at the thread and come to your own conclusions.
Many of us are aware of the conspiracies and dangers involving Monsanto, the corporation known for agricultural biotechnology. One country is fighting back. Germany has recently banned the cultivation of GM corn as well as the sale of the bioengineered seed. But Monsanto is not going quietly into that good night, as they are contesting the ban, which could potentially force Germany to pay millions of dollars of damages to Monsanto, even though the ban is protected under European law. As one ATS member asks, how can a corporation force a country to use its product against its will?
A hot topic this week in the Aliens and UFO forum, named 1880 Very Descriptive UFO Sighting, we look into the witness statements which are raw, way before the influence of many distractions that appear with us today. Sightings over 100 years ago give us a different perspective, as many of the technologies today did not exist. A natural phenomenon of the times, or more to this? An interesting topic that makes you think. ATS members mull over the possibilities of this being some man-made craft, and others connect the dots with events that happen today. Take a read for yourselves.
The Environmental Protection Agency appears to be standing idly by in spite of evidence showing a contamination of the water supply in the United States. Gender-bending and possibly carcinogenic herbicides that are so volatile they have been banned by the European Union are still widely used in the US. To add suspicion to the story, the EPA is involved in deals with one of the largest manufacturers of the herbicide, which has resulted in reduced testing for contamination. As ATS member Dolphin Fan states, this is just another example that the EPA is a politicized entity under corporate influence.
How far would you go to promote your favourite website? Email someone? Facebook them? Dig it? How about tattoo yourself with the logo? Well, one ATS member did just that, and he is here with me now. So explain to me, Nephi1337, why?
Okay, so basically the meaning behind the tattoo is, there's a couple meanings. One of them could be just because I'm one beer short of the six-pack, but ATS has been a very, very good thing for me. I've been a member for a short time. It's blown open my eyes, if you will. It's, an internet source out there that, is perfect for learning and gaining knowledge, and, that's exactly where I'm at. I'm on a quest for knowledge and truth, so I figured, if I could give back to ATS and give back to other people out there, what better way to do it than, I've had 5 people come up to me and say, hey, that's, initially they're attracted to the alien on the alien part of the tattoo, and then afterwards they ask me what the letters mean, and I tell them, I go, I'll tell you what, the letters say ATS. I won't tell you what they stand for, but when you go home, Google it, and you can find it. And when you find it, email me. I've had 2 people email me and thank me wonderfully for giving them and a little insight on it, and they same thing, the emails, hey, I've seen a lot of great stuff on the website. So if I could, at least one person to come and join this great sea of knowledge on ATS, hey, I'm happy. And so, I didn't initially plan for the tattoo to work out that way, but so far it has, and I'm happy, and I'm just glad that, I can give back to this, like I said, this wonderful website that's done a lot of stuff for me.
That's fantastic. Let's hope the ATS logo doesn't change.
Has the North Atlantic current vanished? According to the topic, Life on this Earth just changed, alleged satellite imagery makes it appear so. But several ATS members remain skeptical and provide opposing satellite images that show the current has remained relatively unchanged. This leaves some asking, which images are telling the truth, and is this yet another false scare tactic in the global warming debate? Furthermore, how will it impact our environment? Check out the below link for more information. Thank you very much for watching the show. Tune in next time for a great mix of alternative topics and current events that the members of ATS are talking about.